The Tesla Model 3, the car I'm in right now, is a fully electric sedan, the newest entry in the company's lineup that'll eventually spell sexy when the Y comes to market. This configuration I have costs about $60,000 and gets you the long-range battery and dual motor system. More on that stuff later. Let's start with the exterior. I think the Model 3 is a great-looking car. It's got a mean-looking front end. The body itself walks this fine line between simple and sporty. The curves are thick with two C's, and let's just acknowledge this all-glass roof. It makes you feel like you're piloting a spaceship. We'll touch more on this later, but the car is peppered with various cameras and sensors that literally allow this car to see from all angles. And there's minimal branding on the Model 3, just the Tesla emblem on the nose and the tail, and I like that. I'm not totally in love with these rims. They kind of remind me of fan blades. Tesla kept the minimal aesthetic with the interior of the car as well. There's nothing too flashy about the inside of this car. You've got a sizable trunk and a frunk, and yes, that frunk makes for good photo ops. It's got cup holders and this storage unit up front and storage in the doors. There's leather lining everywhere in this car. But notice the lack of a dashboard or instrument cluster. There's nothing here aside from a giant landscape touchscreen display. This computer is how you more or less do everything with the car, from navigation to music, climate control, all 5 heated seats, driving settings, rear view camera, to even opening the glove box. It is all done here. And yes, this display has a night mode. The sort of home screen of Tesla's OS is a map, which makes sense. On the steering wheel are 2 thumb dials that control things like volume and music. If you press and hold the right button, you can give the Model 3 commands. It's surprisingly accurate. Play the song Evaporate by Dance Gavin Dance, Around the World by Daft Punk, Wet Sand by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. And because this car is fully electric, there's no physical keyholes. Instead, Tesla provides you with a literal key card. Tap the outside here to lock and unlock the car. Press into the handle to open the doors. And then the car will ask you for the key card to let you drive. This little card holder you see does not come standard with the car, sadly. All right, so what's it like to drive this thing? It's fun, to say the very least. I'm still getting used to the silence. It is uncanny to drive a car that emits virtually no noise. And it's pretty damn quick for a 4-door sedan. 0 to 60 in about 4.5 seconds. It certainly won't beat a Ferrari or a Lambo, but ripping this thing off the line does not get old. I'm no car expert by any means, but I can tell you that the Model 3 handles well and feels tight and stable. And again, when you hit that accelerator, the car instantly responds. So one thing that I'm still not really used to is this car's regenerative braking. So when I take my foot off the gas pedal, it kind of dramatically slows down, whereas a normal car kind of like rolls still. But as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it almost like it does brake. And of course, you've heard that Teslas have self-driving capabilities. But what does that actually mean? As it stands right now in January of 2019, this car cannot take you from point A to point B by itself. When people say Teslas are self-driving, they're actually referring to a feature called lane assist, which I found works best on the highway. It'll keep you in your lane, maintain speed, come to a complete stop in traffic, and even take off again. So I just hit down on the stick twice, and the car is pretty much driving for me. It is bananas. It'll ping you with reminders to keep your hands on the wheel. But as far as I'm concerned, when you're on a highway like this, lane assist is pure magic. And then there's navigate on autopilot, which will suggest lane changes based on your destination. So I can put on my turn signal and the car will change lanes for me. It is so crazy. What these autopilot features can't do right now is take 90-degree turns. The car sort of freaks out a bit, so definitely pay attention always, but especially when you're using the self-driving features. Watch. So we're supposed to be taking this left turn onto East Weber Drive, and the car just won't do it. Yeah, no signs of slowing down. Yep. Nope, I had to do that myself. This Model 3 has a range of about 260 miles when fully charged, which to me is plenty considering I'm used to about 8 or 10 miles on my boosted board. And there are chargers everywhere. In fact, there's a charger in the parking lot of the Aloft Hotel we stayed at. The car does come with a charger, but it's slow. My recommendation is using a supercharger, which does cost money, but it's way cheaper than filling a tank of gas. And speaking of gas, this Tesla's got it on demand. It's one of half a dozen Easter eggs programmed right into the car. Fire up the fireplace for when it gets cold outside. Play some Atari, or even draw. Nicely done, Elon and Team Tesla. They are so cute. In sum, the Tesla Model 3 is one hell of a gadget. I'd say it's just as much of a tech product as it is a car. If I were to buy a car, it would undoubtedly be a Tesla. It was a blast driving this thing around Arizona for a couple of days, and I'm gonna miss it. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is what dreams are made of. The Tesla Model 3, 2 thumbs up from me. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.